Hello and welcome to DeathRoll. This is the first in a series of short and simple explanations of some of D&D 5e's more obscure rules and mechanics. These videos will teach you how to use them both as a player and as a DM, in the hopes of making your game more dynamic. To start with, the first rule we will be explaining will be oversized weapons. Oversized weapons are fairly iconic in fiction, such as the beloved Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII or Dragon Slayer from Berk.
It was much too big to be called a sword. Massive, thick, heavy, and far too rough. Indeed, it was like a heap of raw iron.
Oversized weapons in D&D 5e are described in page 277 of the Dungeon Master's Guide. Firstly, to read the rules verbatim, if a monster wields a manufactured weapon, it deals damage appropriate to the weapon. For example, a great axe in the hands of a medium monster deals 1d12 slashing damage plus the monster's strength modifier, as is normal for that weapon. Big monsters typically wield oversized weapons that deal extra damage dice on a hit. Double the weapon dice if the creature is large, triple the weapon dice if it's huge, and quadruple the weapon dice if it's gargantuan. For example, a huge giant wielding an appropriately sized great axe deals 3d12 slashing damage, plus its strength bonus, instead of the normal d12. A creature has disadvantage on attack rolls with a weapon that is sized for a larger creature. You can rule that a weapon sized for an attacker 2 or more sizes larger is too big for the creature to use at all. Now that sounds like a lot, but if we simplify it a little bit, we can understand the intent of this rule a lot more. Firstly, to describe, when you make a weapon oversized, it multiplies the base damage dice for each size over normal is adjusted. This maxes out at gargantuan, being 4 times the damage of normal. This sounds amazing. But what keeps these weapons balanced for the most part is the disadvantage you incur by wielding a weapon that is far too big for your character. If you as a DM feel like this penalty isn't enough, especially if the weapon is multiple sizes larger than the creature wielding it, then feel free to adjust to better balance your game. Be sure to consult players first before imposing non-standard penalties on them. Some may note that the rule asks for monster to wield the weapon. However, according to page 4 of the monster manual, which explains, a monster is defined as any creature that can be interacted with and potentially fought and killed. Even something as harmless as a frog or as benevolent as a unicorn is a monster by this definition. The term also applies to humans, elves, dwarves, and other civilized folk who might be friends or rivals to the player characters. This is perfect for us. We'll find that this allows all forms of creatures to wield these massive weapons in the battle, of course at the cost of disadvantage and likely more weight. Unfortunately, there is no weight calculation or generic way to get around the disadvantage of using a heavy weapon. However, we can suggest a few options to take advantage of this. Firstly, Enlarge/Reduce spell allows us to grow one size category, allowing us to use a weapon size larger than normal without penalty. Also, it adds an additional 1d4 damage on top of that. This is a great option, but there are some more. Rune Knight's Giant Might feature grants us the ability to become a large creature and add an extra 1d6 of damage as well. Unfortunately, this caps us at large size, same with Enlarge Reduce due to the lack of ability to stack magical features. This, however, is a fine and simple trade-off. You may be wondering if this is far too powerful. However, it generally is only small amounts stronger than normal damage. The total bonus damage is small and unreliable, but a nice addition. This, however, does shift up the meta of martials a good amount, as it provides a healthy amount of choices. For example, assuming a normal scenario, it may be wise to use a normal weapon for a higher accuracy to hit. However, say perhaps you are in a fog cloud or have disadvantage stuck to you for whatever reason. In this case, using an oversized weapon is a no-brainer. This allows for martials to have a bit more of a dynamic, even if it's small. It provides risk and reward, a gamble for more damage, something that is very exciting to have. To conclude, using oversized weapons are a fun, rules as written, and balanced addition that helps add more variety to your world and martials options in play. It provides risk and reward, a gamble for more damage, something that is very exciting to have. To conclude, using oversized weapons are a fun, rules as written, and balanced addition that helps add more variety to your world and martials options in play. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.